the hollers and hills of West Virginia. It's Heavenly Hills Homestead with another episode. Stay tuned. Boom! Issues, big issues. Hard, soft, mushy, hard. All this though, it's bad. Gotta cut her off. And pray that she didn't get any of that funk in her. Whatever caused that. She is just done. Look at that. Look at that. Just peeling right out. Oh my goodness. Turned it to mush. What turns them to mush like that? Oh man. I have to pray that she stays. And that it didn't get in there and infect her. I hope it didn't. I hope I caught that in time. This cut off here a little bit better. Oh man, it's all kind of, the whole stem's looking mushy. I think this one's done. Yep, look here. Split it. Guys, I don't know. I don't know what to. I don't know what to say. Don't know. It's mushy all the way to here. Then it gets hard again. And the stem's hard all the way throughout. It looks good. It's growing good. It's doing good. Here's mush to there's mush. You can see here. That's what the inside of the vine looks like. Not horribly bad. Over here, not horribly bad. It's hard as a rock right there. And so I showed Jeff and I showed Scott, and both of them, Jeff was the first one to say, what's that plastic doing? Where's it at? How's it laid? Whatever, you know. Of course, we got rot all the way to here, and the plastic doesn't reach to there. And you can see it's far from there. So I don't know. But both of them guessed that it was probably the plastic. So plastic's coming off. Plastic is a bad idea to make a dry hut, whatever you want to call it. So now we have a new problem. I have now cut my main off. I only have this part of the plant working it now, which is still okay, I guess. You know, you still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 secondaries feeding it. So I mean, I guess that's all right. But now we're gonna have to get in here and we gotta clean this all up really good. And stuff. I noticed yesterday her gain was kind of low, and I didn't understand why. I thought maybe where I didn't fertilize her the last time, or maybe, you know, I'm not giving her enough water because I was scared to give her water because I didn't want to hurt her or blow her. I guess those weren't really issues. The issues were a little bit more than that. So we're going to clean all this up really good, disinfect it really good. And I do mean really good. Get these vines out of here, or somewhat out of here. I'm going to put a fan there. I'll show you what it looks like when we come back. But that's about all I can do, and hope, or take the plastic off. Don't put plastic there anymore, all right? And what we're going to do is try to hope that this will recover, this will heal, because the plant looks good. I mean, that plant, I mean, it looks amazing. The plant's huge. It goes all the way out there, and you know, it's nice, it's big, it's beautiful, right? Shouldn't be any reason why I can't gimp it till next month. She probably won't hit over 1,000 now, but that is the name of the game. Sometimes it's a hard road to learn. Mistakes get made and things happen, so it is what it is. It's a learning experience. Second year grower. I can't complain. All I can do is give God the glory that I caught it in time and that my fruit is still intact right now. And that's just how you got to look at it. So, like I say, I'll clean all this up. I'll bring you back when I'm done cleaning it up, and we'll go over what all I've done. All right, guys. So here's what I've done. Cleaned it up really well. I've got this fan blowing on it to keep anything on this side of it dry. On that side, I mean, and then I got this fan blowing directly into it like that, and hopefully that'll keep all this dried out, and you know, we're good. If not, push comes to shove, here's what I'll do. I will separate this right here, and I will rely on that secondary right there. I done it last year. I removed an almost 500-pound fruit completely off of the main, and the secondary rode her in. Still was gaining weight, 3 pounds a day I was gaining, all the way till I cut her off. That secondary ended up becoming a main. It grew like a main. It stayed like a main, and it grew. It grew all the way up until I cut it off. I mean, it grew just like a main. It had secondaries and everything. You can go back and check that video out. We called her Blowhole. But yeah, I removed her completely off of the plant, off of the main plant, and I let that right there keep her alive. That secondary, like, see that right there, this vine right here, all the way out through there. That kept that plant last year alive. So anyhow, a lot of guys, you'll hear them tell you, you know, that don't need to be there. Go on ahead and remove it. Cut that secondary off. This, you know, cut that vine right there off. They say, you know, it gets in the way and blah, 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 blah. Well, last year it saved one of my pumpkins, and if this vine right here goes down, it'll save a second one. So no need to do that. You know, no need to. I think it benefits you to keep it. Yes, it's in the way. Yes, it's a nuisance at times. But when you have issues like this, that thing could be the very thing that gives you the lifeline to get to the way off or whatever, right? And so you know, say this plant goes down. Well, I can remove this whole plant right here, because you know, this would be the only fruit on it. I could remove all this plant right here. I could allow that secondary right there to branch out and grow and fill all that area back in, and keep me alive and keep me into the game. So my recommendation, everybody's different. There is no right or wrong way to grow a giant, but I believe the benefits far outweigh the non-beneficials for cutting that secondary off. So keep your secondaries, you know, that are attached to the fruit. Keep that on there and keep it healthy and alive and growing, because it might pull you out of a jam. So on to the next. I'm looking for cucumbers on this plant to pollinate. And I forgot and couldn't find this one. I pollinated it last week and I couldn't find it, and I kept looking. I was like, I don't know where it's at. And what had happened is, I guess the vine had grown and hid itself. Well, anyways, there it is, and it's big. It's huge. So it's looking good. I'm happy with that one. Hopefully this plant continues to grow and do good. This one over here, tomorrow we're going to get a hammock built for that one. Look how big that thing is, guys. It's massive. How long? Back up here so y'all can see it there. I mean, it's huge. It's about that big around. So that's good. And then over here, we got our eggplant growing, doing good. I mean, it's really growing good. So I'm happy. Hopefully it'll keep growing and doing good. 4 pounds is what we're looking for. 4 pounds. Come on, 4 pounds. State record. That is just beautiful, is it not? That is awesome. So, see, you got all this stuff over here looking good. Take you up here. Got several tomatoes I need to pick. I've seen another one flashing. Yeah, these all need pictures. You can see them. This rutabaga, look at that thing, guys. It's starting. These are called handles right here. When they start getting those, and because it's starting to cool off, this thing's starting to pick up pace and grow again. And state record's 9 pounds and something. I need to put that up. Hopefully I'll remember to put the state records up. And here's some more. Looking, I mean, they're all just picking back up. And then here is the tomato right here that started to flash. Oh, that's why it's flashing. It's no longer viable. So, no longer viable. There's right there. So we'll have to do something with that there later. And that right there is looking pretty good. There's another eggplant. Put this to the... Oof, it blew up. So, all right, carrots. I'm hoping that they're growing and doing good. This one looks like it is, or trying to anyhow. It's got a lot of handles and things on it. This one here is looking all right. Looks like it might be coming back and growing again. I don't know. Loose there, ain't it? Yeah, we'll leave it alone. Let it do its thing. This one here, though, is I do know it's growing. I can see it right there at that node. Need to give this thing some more stuff, and so is that one. That one's growing too. This one here, it's growing. Yeah, it's starting to grow. So that's good. We'll give them some more boron. We'll need to get a hold of Prevogenics and tell them I need some more. This thing here is starting to swell up really big. So everything's looking good, doing good considering the crappy growing season we've had. So I mean, it's just you gotta take the good with the bad, you know. So real quick, I'll show you something me and my dad was discussing earlier, and that way he can see what I'm talking about, and you guys can too, and you can learn a little something from this. Man, it's just beautiful back here, all this fog and everything. So me and Dad was talking, and Dad's asking about these Abe Lincolns that I had gave him to grow this past spring, the tomatoes. And he said, you know, they're about 8 foot tall. He said, but they only got 1 or 2 or 3 tomatoes on each plant and no more blooms. I said, yeah, Yeah, I've got similar issues. All of these in here are indeterminate tomatoes. Every tomato, I do not plant determinants. I don't like determinants, and maybe I should switch. Maybe I should start growing determinants. At least I can get a harvest off of them, right? And stuff. But I like the taste of an heirloom tomato. Heirloom tomatoes taste good. I like the way they grow. I like the different varieties and the colors and everything that there is to a heirloom tomato. I don't like or determinate or indeterminate, excuse me. Determinants don't have as many things that are pretty and all that stuff, right? So indeterminates go crazy, they go wild, and they put off tomatoes all throughout the season. They are not just one big hit and then you're done. But indeterminates, they have the pluses of usually have protection against pests and disease and stuff, but they only put off that one crop and then you're done. Well, if all I'm going to get is one crop, I might as well switch to indeterminate tomatoes, or excuse me, to determinate tomatoes, because indeterminate tomatoes are giving me this kind of crap. And so this is what, you know, mine aren't 8 foot tall like my dad's, but all of these should still be blooming, and they're not. And every one of these plants have had ample, and I do mean ample, phosphorus, potassium, nitrogen. They're just not doing it. Now look there, this one, that one's got some blooms coming on, okay? But that's a potato leaf, and it's looking like it's been a little bit more durable for the disease. This one here doesn't look like it's done very good with the disease, and it's a potato leaf. I'd say that right there is one of the brandywines that I got. The pink brandywine probably is what that is. These right here, I've got some right there, and I got some right there. But this thing should be loaded from top to bottom, and they're not. They're just not. And these are the Sart Rolloise, the blue beauties, the Alice's Dreams is what all these right here are, and they're just not doing very well. So if you notice, there's a trend here. All of the ones that are staked up are sick, and they're not blooming anymore. Look down here on this side. This was the problem side last year. All the tomatoes that were on this side last year crapped the bed. And so I planted more of the tomatoes up this way on this side. And now, this year, all the tomatoes down here on this side are good, and all the ones over here are bad. And so the only thing that I can come to a conclusion, because Dad asked me, he said, do you think I should just lay them down on the ground and let them take over the ground and run and do whatever? And I said, well, you know what, Dad? Now that you mention it, I have plants on the ground. These were just picked up. All these here were just picked up within the past week. They've all been laid on the ground all year. Okay? Look at that one there. It bent the stake down, went back on the ground, and look at it. You see it? The stake is down. It's on the ground. The majority of the plant's on the ground, and it's fine. Next one, same way. Next one after that is standing up, right there. All three of those are standing up, and they're all sick and dying. Those are the same tomatoes. Those three standing up are sick and dying. These three on the ground, running and doing their thing. Down here, look here, all of these, right? They're laid on the ground, running and doing their thing. Now, I mean, you don't want to grow tomatoes like that. It's a messy situation, right? But I want you to look. Every one of them that are laid on the ground and running and doing their thing on the ground, they're fine. And look what happens when you pick them up and flip them over. You don't see nearly the disease on the bottoms of these tomato plants that you do on these other ones that I've been trying to keep the disease off of. I've been spraying religiously. I've been you know, trying to do my best to keep all the bad leaves cleared off of the plants and everything, and they still died. So the only thing that I came to the conclusion was, and I told Dad this, I said, you know what, Dad? The only difference is the ones that are laying on the ground are not dying, and the ones that are staked up are. So the only thing I know to do is let the ones lay on the ground, and you got to dig, and you got to, you know, you get some bad ones, but I've not, because I'm growing on this black woven fabric, I've not found nearly as many bad ones on the bottom. I found one yesterday, it was 2 pounds underneath one of the plants down there. Just flipped it over, and there it was, and it was turning red on the shoulders. And so I picked it, but it was fine. And what you find is the majority of these, because they're on the woven fabric and not directly on the ground, they're actually doing pretty good. And the ones that are up on the top, those are the ones that the pests are eating right on the top. And in fact, the pests are eating the ones that are staked up more so than they are these ones here laying on the ground. So somebody with more knowledge than what I have explained that to me. Why are the tomato plants growing better on the ground than they do staked up? These right here, stake these up, just stake them up, and they're not doing nearly as good as these ones here that I didn't stake up. It's a conundrum for sure, and I do not know the answer, but I'm willing and ready to listen to anybody that has the answer. So real quick before we go, show you, see those right there? Those are the candy roasters, the Georgia candy roasters. So I wanted to show you all those. They're looking really good, and we're ready and excited to harvest those very soon. I think they're supposed to get real orange, like a bright orange pumpkin. And then I don't know if you can see it or not, but I have apples, and they're turning red right there. See it? And so I guess that's the color they're supposed to be, is red, and I'm excited, and everybody else is excited. I'm gonna try to leave them on there to see if I can't get one to beat the record. The West Virginia state record is 1 pound, 8 ounces. So I'm gonna try my best to get that. And look at Jaden's big, beautiful pumpkin right there. So proud of that boy. He's doing a fantastic job this year. So we're gonna get on out of here and pick up some more stuff out of this patch and everything, and get it packed into the house so we can start tomorrow fresh and renewed. Wow, is that not gorgeous? Look at that. Beautiful. Just beautiful. All right, guys, well, we've got that pumpkin fixed up down there, and we've fertilized, and we've done a lot of stuff, and we've got lots of fruits that we've shown you today. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video, and we appreciate you watching. We'll see you tomorrow right here in the Hollers and Hills, West Virginia.
Don't forget to smash that like button, that notification bell. Don't get the dog.
Good job. Here you go. Thank you.
Don't get the dog.
Don't forget to share. Yep. There you go. Good job. And subscribe.